So I think it's extremely important to understand that although we are successful traders, we still deal with the same struggles that everyone else does. Now, we may have the experience to handle them differently, but we're really no different than everyone else. In today's episode, I'm going to share with you the one thing that still to this day happens in the market that makes me want to break my rules. By the way, if you guys are new, thank you for joining the Trading Coach podcast. My name is Akil Stokes. I'm a Forex trader. I'm also a trading coach over at tier1trading.com. If you haven't done so already, make sure you take the 10 episode challenge, meaning listen to 10 random episodes of the Trading Coach podcast before passing judgment. And if you like it, make sure you tune in 3 days a week for each new episode. All right, let's hop into today's show. I had a good conversation with Greg this morning on our chat. He was talking about kind of slow trading and frequency and how that causes mistakes. And I told you guys I did a really good podcast interview the other day, and I was asked about my trading style and my trading frequency, how much I trade, and we kind of got into the back and forth about how newer traders want to trade all the time. And I told him that I average probably at this point in my career about 20 trades, 15 to 20 trades a month. And he was like, okay, so it's like, maybe one a day or something like that. I'm like, well, kind of, but not really, right? Although I average 15 to 20 trades a month, right? You gotta, you take out weekends, right? There's not 30 trading days in the month, right? There's probably more like, like 26, 25, something like that. But I said, it comes in spurts. So I will have a week where I maybe get 4, 5, 6 trades in a single week. And then I'll have like a week where nothing happens. And it's based off my trading style. You guys know my trading style. I trade off of key levels of support, resistance, supply, demand. And once price action gets to those levels and does what I need it to do to get the signal at those levels, it runs on and it takes time for price action to get to another significant level. So it's not, like price bouncing from one significant level, then right back to another one. I take a trade, the trade plays out, win or loss. Then there's this period of waiting, right? And I'm a swing trader, right? 1 hour, 4 hours. So it takes some time waiting to get to the next important level before I can take the next trading opportunity. So in those times of where there's weeks or 10 days or, whatever it may be between trades, it gets really tough. I'm fortunate to be in the education business, right? I have my own distractions from the market, from teaching and helping you guys, from reviewing other trades that you shoot in, charts that you shoot in. So that keeps me distracted instead of looking at the market. But Greg was saying that one of the things he found himself doing was opening up the charts in the afternoon when he's not supposed to be trading, right? Opening up the charts in the afternoon and seeing signals, right? And kind of getting a little bit tempted to take them. And we see the same temptation, not just in, live trading. We see the same temptation in demo trading, where you're supposed to be demo trading, you're supposed to be paper trading, and then you kind of want to get a feel of live money. Tom's raising the hand. Hey, man, I get an amen. Me too, right? And I deal with the same thing as well. Not necessarily in the afternoon, because I don't have any time restrictions on my main trading, only my day trading at DKC. But the thing that gets me, and I think it's harder as a swing trader, and in my experience, day trading versus swing trading, this is harder as a swing trader, is as a swing trader, our frequency is lower, right? So as a day trader, we're typically getting signals maybe every day, maybe every other day, right? The frequency is so high because the movement is so much more, where it's like, hey, if you don't get a signal for a day, or if you miss a signal, that, hey, I'll come back tomorrow and I'll probably get one, right? Big deal. If I miss one, it's another one's coming. Swing trading is a lot more difficult, in my opinion, from this perspective, right? The analysis part is easier because there's less noise, you have more time to think, but the psychological part is a little bit harder, because if I am waiting for a week for a trade to set up, I am executing a massive amount of restraint, discipline, whatever you want to call it, in waiting for that trade to set up. And then all of a sudden, the trade gets triggered, let's say overnight, while I'm sleeping. I can't get involved. I wake up. I see price has gone to the level that I've been waiting for weeks. I see price has given me the entry that I was waiting for. I see that price has started to move off of that level, and I see myself not in the trade. That is one of the most difficult things to deal with. I'm trying to think of like a real life analogy. It's like waiting for Christmas and then sleeping through Christmas, right? You're excited all the way until Christmas, and then December 24th comes, and you go to bed late because you're so excited, and then you sleep through Christmas and you wake up the next day and you don't get any presents. That's the best way I can think of it. But it's very difficult to do, and that is something that still gets me to this day, Tom, because it's like, or Greg, I guess Tom too, everyone, because it's one of it's the one thing that makes me want to break my rules. And the reason is because I know, like, I invest so much in analysis. My frequency is so low that when good trades come, and I only take good trades, what I consider to be good trades. When good trades come, they're that much more important. I don't want to let them go. So to see one trigger without me being involved still gives me that temptation to be like, I could just get in right now and no one would know, and I want to be like, I just want to be in the move. And Greg asked the question, does this get easier over time? Yes and no. And the yes is this. Once you, and I don't want this to seem like a brag, right? But it's going to be like a little bit of a humble brag, right? Once you become a consistently profitable trader, everything gets easier. One, you have full confidence in yourself. This is consistent profitability and experience. One, you have full confidence in yourself, right? You're just in this zone where, like, again, you're not overconfident, but like, you can do this. Like, you can execute these markets the way you want to be. You deserve to be on this team, right? Let me go back to the sports reference that I always put in. Again, my kid, so proud of him. Or I'll use my youngest, for example. So my youngest is even more of a beast, probably going to be even more of a beast than my oldest, right? He is playing up right now on a soccer team, mainly because scheduling, but also skill level. And yesterday was his first practice. He's super excited, and I was fully confident. But let's say I was nervous about, man, like he's a year younger than everyone else. Like, I hope he fits in. I hope he can get, hope the skill level works out, right? There's that nervousness when you first start trading of like, man, I don't know if I can really do this. I think I can. Everyone tells me I can, but I don't really know. Then he gets out there and starts beasting people, right? Check my Instagram stories if you haven't seen it. He starts beasting people, and I'm like, yeah, he belongs, and he's full of confidence. He knows he belongs, and it gets easier to do, right? All those fears go away. So that is something that happens when you become a consistently profitable trader. You don't really worry about the micro because you know the macro. You don't really worry about, man, like, this one thing I wish I could have done, because bigger picture, you're going to do so many more right things. Not that saying that missing a trade is a wrong thing. Like, you're supposed to miss it, so it is process based the right thing. But the feeling of like missing out, you don't worry about it that much because you know that there's more to come. Like, there's more gold in this cave. However, where it still starts to bother me at is when I'm in a drawdown. Because when you're in a drawdown, at least this is how I look at it. You guys can chime in if you want. The first thing that I'm looking for when I'm in a drawdown, I just want to get me a win. I just want to get me something to get me back on track, right? That all I need is that first win after a drawdown. Because when you're in a drawdown, right, I don't care who you are, I don't care how much experience you have, the confidence starts leaking. And to this day, my confidence still starts leaking. Right now, the leak, it's a very small leak, and I have protocols for how to deal with that. But it doesn't feel good. I don't care who you are. A drawdown never feels good. You're never like, yeah, drawdown, lost again, right? That never happens, right? You may not, break computers and bang your head against the wall, but you're never excited about it. So the first thing that I want in a drawdown, I want to win. I want something, my mentor used to say, I want something to stop the bleeding, put a Band-Aid on it, stitch it up, whatever it is, and then we can start turning around in the next direction. And then once you get that win, that confidence comes back and blah, 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 So when I'm in a drawdown and I see a trade that I'm waiting for, I'm like, this is a grade A trade, love it, perfect setup, should be a good one, and you don't get a chance to be involved in it, and you see it run without you, not only does it hurt because it's a missed trading opportunity, but you're looking at it, you're like, man, that would have been the one that would have made up for those last 2 losses, and you're like, shoot. And then there's more thoughts. I hope that isn't the one that, blah, 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 blah. So to this day, I'm always completely honest with you guys, right? It still is difficult, Greg. No way as difficult as it was in year 1 of trading. And each year you get more experience, it gets easier and easier because you have more kind of belief backing you, right? But still not fun. Still not fun. You got to remember that you're process based. You got to remember that ultimately when you're grading your trades, you are looking at P&L, right? Your broker's going to give you your statement, but grade yourself on, keep an extra thing in your spreadsheet, grade yourself on trade execution. Good trades versus bad trades. Have a little pie chart. And you want that pie chart to be, the vast majority of that pie chart should be good trades. And if you take a trade in the afternoon and you're not supposed to, you're going to take a slice out of that pie. If you wake up in the morning and you saw something trigger over London and you're late and you take it, you're not supposed to, you're going to take a piece out of that pie. Our ultimate goal is always get the whole pie. Now I'm hungry. Now I'm hungry. All right, so yeah, that was a good little convo there. Thought that was important to touch on because I think it is important for you guys to know that, hey, even seasoned vets, we're still human. We, Jason Greystone, talked to him plenty of times. We still feel the same exact emotions, and Bud likes pie too. The thing is, we learn how to deal with it a little bit better. Now, what I'd love to hear from you guys is, what is that thing that still tempts you to break your rules, or what is that thing that you still find yourself struggling with the most as a trader? If you're listening on Spotify, there's a Q&A section where you can write it in. If you're listening on another app or somewhere else, just shoot me a DM on whatever social media platform you can find me on, at Akil Stokes RTM. I'd love to hear it. That way it gives me more insight to what you guys are dealing with, and who knows, maybe I'll make a podcast episode about it.